Hey everybody, so we're going to talk about some things. Two things that I forgot to talk about before. One is when you have chemo and you lose all your hair, you also lose the nose hair, and that makes you have runny noses all the time, and it is not fun. Secondly, I've had some people say that I look better bald or I look pretty good bald in comparison to hair. If you agree with that, let me know in the comments below. It'd be fun. Anyway, so we got to the hospital yesterday at 6:30 in the morning. And they changed me into my beautiful gown. I'm gonna be the prettiest girl at the ball. Then after they did that, they took iodine swabs and they shoved them up my nose and cleaned my nose out real good. And they did that twice for each nose. And it was not fun. The guy who did it, Seifu, sure he's a nice guy normally, but I did not like him in that moment. So then after they did that, I got what was called an epidural. An epidural is this needle that they put right next to your spine and the nerves there, and basically it numbs kind of specific areas they choose. But with that epidural, you have to have a catheter. So I still have that, and I don't like to think about it. I really don't. But that's okay. But the downside to the epidural is it takes care of the numbness, but it makes me itch everywhere. And that is not fun. It makes it really hard to sleep. I did not sleep much at all last night because of that. I got a couple hours today, and they've been trying to give me drugs to fight the itchiness, but it's pretty bad. So, as you know, the surgery took 9 hours, and then they cut me from the bottom of my sternum all the way down to my groin. So they just cut me like straight up like an autopsy, more or less. Pretty nuts. I also had a breathing tube, which I did not know. They told me that beforehand, but I didn't feel it or anything, and my throat doesn't feel sore. So I'm thankful for that. And I didn't, they told me beforehand that I wouldn't be making any new memories until I was in the recovery room. And I was coherent for a little while when I was there, but I went out pretty fast. And only because I'm thinking about it now, we finally found out my blood type, and I'm A positive. So that's nice to know. Didn't know that before. So the things that they took from me in order to help save my life is they took out my left kidney and they took out my left testicle. Also, I still have the feeling in my left leg, so that's really nice. But, and they only got 99% of the cancer and they left 1%, which is okay because they think it's just dead tissue anyway. And on top of that, it was so close to a vein that they would have tried to go for it, and they screwed up or whatever because it's a very delicate procedure. I could have lost a leg, so I'd much rather find a different way to do it. But with that, I got a prosthetic testicle, and I have to like pull that down a few times a day in order for just to make sure it doesn't what's called migrate and go up into my scrotum area, because I really don't want that. As for pain, I don't really have a lot. It just feels like I worked out my abs real hard, even though we all know I didn't. And that's okay. And when they open me up, they literally they take all your guts out. They do what they need to do and they put your guts back in. So it's kind of hard for me to eat solid foods and stuff right now, but it's not too bad. And I'm not nauseous, so I'm winning as far as I'm concerned. My body just has to get used to having the guts back in there and being like, oh yeah, this is normal. And so it'll come back with time. But in order for me to go home, I need to be able to eat solid food and then have bowel movements by myself. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of what's going on. And I'm pretty tired, and you can feel free to visit me. I'd love to see your faces, especially if you're in Denver and I haven't seen you yet. That would be great. So my mom and I think we'll be here for until Friday or so, just to be sure. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated if I'm back home or whatever. But yeah, surgery's rough, but it's good. I literally remember going to sleep and then pretty much waking up. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day, and that's your